Welcome back to Incheon City in Korea for full highlights coverage of the men's and women's finals from the Korean Open Super Series event number 5 out of 6 on the GAC Group ITTF World Table Tennis Tour. Well, first up, it's the women's final and an all-Japanese matchup that underlines just how strong Japan's current program is. Probably now taking over from Singapore as China's leading challenger on the world stage. And it's a match that involves two players at very different stages of their careers. Once upon a time, it was Ai Fukuhara who was the child prodigy representing Japan at the tender age of just 13 at the Asian Games. But her achievements have since been eclipsed by her opponent today. Just 14 years of age, Mima, who recorded her first victory on the World Tour, and it was a Super Series victory in Germany earlier this year, having recorded her first win against a world ranked player back when she was just 11 years of age, beat world number 50 at that point, but she's since gone on to smash the record books. And it is Mima, closest to the camera on that angle in the black kit, and at the far end in the red shirt, the 26-year-old Ai Fukuhara, who has progressed through, despite a recent poor performance at the Japan Open, to be quite a sensational player, and well, almost a training routine for that first point. The two attackers staying welded to the end of the table, refusing to budge an inch on that backhand to backhand exchange on the diagonal, and Ito eventually gets the ball past Fukuhara. This is actually their first meeting on the world stage, but Ito will surely be feeling very confident coming into this match. She's had a very good run through to this final. She's had a superb season, whereas Ai Fukuhara said how disappointed she was to go out in the early stages of the Japanese Open. That was a couple of weeks ago on Eurosport. Looking to make up for it here. Well, she's done so by getting to the final. That's better variation from Fukuhara. She was the first person to change the angle on that rally. Still largely backhand to backhand on these first 3 points, but a nice shot down the line, and that just caused Ito a slight problem. Oh, that's quick. Hitting the ball very hard off the top of the bounce with almost that flick action of hers on the backhand, Fukuhara. And a 3-1 start. Well, that'll do nicely for the 26-year-old, world ranked number 8. Number 2 seed coming into this competition. Ito just gone up to her highest ranking of 11, so number 3 seed here in Korea. And we're getting virtually carbon copy points at the moment. Service followed by backhand to backhand. Nobody at the moment running around that forehand. And again, Fukuhara. Well, she's on Ito's case here. Celebrations almost directly at her opponent. Oh, this is lovely stuff on the backhand from Fukuhara, and a really good start. Had a very good win in the semi-final, did Ai Fukuhara, against Shan Xiona of Germany. 1-7. Came through that one 4-1, and Shan can be a really tricky customer. Pen holder with those pimples on the back rubber, that is, for those of you that don't know your table tennis. All sorts of different rubbers can be used on the blade within ITTF regulations, of course. From very fast attacking offensive sponge rubbers to more controlled defensive rubbers. But these two players out and out attack. It's all about speed for these two. Ito coming through against Choi Hyo-ju of Korea, 4-0, very straightforward win for the 14-year-old who beat Patricia Solja of Germany to win that German Open title earlier this year. And finally a forehand, wow. Loop from Fukuhara, which Ito attempted to take off the bounce and did it pretty well. Onto the backhands again, little tickle on the net, and Ito's backhand drifts wide of the table. Don't be fooled by her expression. She does keep things pretty close to her chest, and we've not seen massive celebrations for her, even on some of the biggest victories of her career. Just seems like a player who is expecting to go on to even greater things. Again, nice variations, so line shot down the backhand, forcing Ito onto the forehand, which she didn't hit with a lot of impetus, and consequently Fukuhara able to take that pretty early. And now it's Ito trying to move Fukuhara around, but that didn't work. So 5 game points.
6-10.
And this time Ito returns Fukuhara's backhand with additional interest. 4 game points still on the table though. Ito has 2 serves to come to try and put some pressure on. Wow. Well, Fukuhara in complete control really of that first game. And Mima Ito is going to have to come up with a slightly different game plan if she's going to disturb the 26-year-old's rhythm here. Fukuhara looks like a woman on a mission. And that first game scoreline, 11-6, confirms that fact. That's a brilliant start for Fukuhara. Fukuhara, when she started her career, that Asian Games inclusion at 13 years of age. Seems like such a long time ago now, but that really escalated her to a level of popularity that was right up there with some of the top Japanese sports women in the country. She's since gone on to carry the torch, the Olympic torch, and bear the flag as well in Beijing 2008 for Japan. And then I guess the ultimate accolade, she's appeared in many Japanese video games about table tennis. I say her stardom in that sense has been eclipsed by the record breaker. And Mima Ito still winning doubles titles with Miu Hirano, the youngest pairing ever to win a World Tour title. Their combined age was just over 27 years of age when they took that title. That's frightening. But providing she stays injury-free, Ito is surely just going to get better and better. But it's Fukuhara in the red that has the upper hand so far in this final. Very straightforward game plan for both women. A lot of play on the backhand to backhand diagonal, and then just trying some variations. As Ito tried there, down the line. Missed it though, and was in part a forced error. Fukuhara just getting her a little wider than she wanted to play.
1-2.
Well, not everything from Fukuhara is a driven, flat shot on that backhand. Some of it kicking up a little bit with some extra topspin, causing Ito some timing issues.
3-1.
And she's still missing that flat punch down the line. It's there. The table's open. The space is there to be hit. But she's not hitting it.
4-1.
And that's a good serve. So Fukuhara once again into a controlling position in game 2. This is going very well for Fukuhara. Who incidentally is not in the top 15 rankings at the moment on the World Tour, and you have to be top 15 if you're going to qualify for a place at the Grand Finals. That'll be staged in Lisbon later this year. Ito, though, is the current World Tour leader, but being made to look very ordinary at the moment in this final. And that is certainly not the case about this young player.
6-2.
That's better. A lot more impetus in that backhand. Lovely shot.
3.
Well, amidst all the blazing forehands and backhands, it's lovely to see a pushed point Guided beautifully off this serve. Good read, and then just cut right into the corner. Oh, that's lovely stuff. Well, Ito did vary the angle and then tried to take any of that away by getting the ball back into Fukuhara's body, but some super footwork to free the forehand. 7-3, Fukuhara. She's done it again. And this time, fading a forehand away from her body. This is an exquisite kill. This is on this occasion. Timely reminder about engaging Ito in just a straight backhand to backhand contest. I'm not sure that's one Fukuhara can convincingly win.
8-5.
It's her turn to miss down the line. Ito was on that though. She was ready to hit the forehand. Lovely angle to see that high toss serve. And the comeback is short-lived. 4-point lead restored for Fukuhara. Just didn't get enough on that return, so Ito was onto it very quickly. Return sat up half table, and Ito very, very quick. It's just all out pace from both players, and at the moment Fukuhara is the quicker of the two. 4 game points for 2-0, and this was not on the cards. Nice flick. Good read, lovely forehand from Ito. Perfectly valid shot for a poorly executed shorter serve. But still 3 game points and a serve to come.
11-7.
And she's got it. Another mistake from Ito. Looking very, very dejected is the youngster. But Fukuhara is right on her game. And what a way to recover from the disappointments of the early exit from the Japanese Open. She is in complete control of this final. And she leads Mima Ito by 2 games to love. We'll take a break. Welcome back to the women's final here at the Korean Open. Mima Ito, the favourite, coming into this contest. Despite being ranked a little lower than her opponent, her season has been a fabulous one. Finds herself on the back foot here. Fukuhara has been superb in what has been a game that hasn't had much in terms of expansive play. Although these first couple of rallies seem to indicate there's a little more movement away from that. It's been more often than not a battle between the backhands down the diagonal. And Ito, just like that rally, has made more errors. She's missed more shots. And usually on attacking shots that she will put away a lot of the time. But let's not forget, some of this is pressure. Fukuhara is playing very well indeed. She's playing incredibly precise table tennis. She's hitting some excellent angles and getting good depth on the table with these loops and drive shots on the backhand. Oh well, she did well there. Apologising because of the net touch, but she got a net touch just before she hit that backhand. And Mima Ito looks, well, a little bit out of it. She looks a little bit fed up here. Body language is not good. 6-love. Incredible scoreline for game 3. And at the moment, Fukuhara is walking away with the $26,000 and the valuable ranking points.
6-1.
Shot at the big money at the grand final. And at last, Ito has a point on the board. Talk about training exercises on the table, talking about the players hitting regulation shots, maybe backhand to backhand, forehand to forehand, and then just changing the angle on the table. They do a lot of that work in training. That was a bullet of a backhand. At last, Ito has hit the table, aiming down the line. Snakes out on that flick. But she's got a lot of work to do here as Mima Ito. And that'll do for starters. Nice little gift off the serve.
Seven, three.
Well, Fukuhara got to the ball down the line. That was a nice read, but that was still an eminently winnable point for Ito, and she's just put it straight into the net. That's better. That's better. That's one of the trademark shots that we're starting to know from Ito. Good work. Nice variation there. Just a little bit loopier on the backhand, which Fukuhara didn't deal with particularly well, and then Ito just battered it off the top of the bounce for 5-7. So at last, she's in a set. Can she make something happen here? Yep, she can. Signs here that Mima Ito is starting to wake up. That's brilliant recovery from Fukuhara, who, in all honesty, is fighting for a place in the Japanese team with this raft of incredible junior players coming through. If she wants another Olympic Games and wants to feature in Rio, then she needs results like this. Missed again. Good pressure on the backhand. So it wasn't an easy shot to execute, but it's another forced error from Ito. Fukuhara was part of the silver medal winning team in London 2012. Still feel that this is maybe a generation of players that will inspire the next generation to come through, and that's the group of players that could take it to China on the world stage. Great pace from Ito. She is trying to stick to her guns, trying to stay close to the end of the table. And there's just a point in it. And a mistake on the forehand return from Fukuhara. Ito got that serve wide enough, 9-all. Does this herald the start of a more competitive final? Good fast serve into the hip on the backhand side of Ito, and Fukuhara at last has the game point she was looking for. And one more serve to come before we go to deuce. Can she make it count here? No, she can't. Miss down the line. That's been pretty standard actually from both players. They've made a few of those shots, but they've made more errors than they've actually hit the table. 10-all, 2 clear points required, alternate serves.
11, 10.
What a flick return. Decided to take the gamble, and it worked. Fukuhara, second game point for 3-0. Brilliant again. That punch backhand. Flicking action that she uses to generate so much pace has paid dividends once more. And now Mima Ito in all sorts of trouble, but the lady in your picture, Ai Fukuhara, is on her way, and on her way to a massive win. 11-6, 11-7, 12-10 for 3-0 And with the exception of the last phase of game 3, Ai Fukuhara is demolishing Mima Ito. Well, I guess it's now or never for Ito. She's got to make some changes. There were some signs there that she was finding a little bit of form at the end of game 3. Trying to manoeuvre Fukuhara as wide as she can on the backhand before executing down the line. But she's going to have to tidy up those errors. And Fukuhara is doing a great job here. She's just not letting Ito play.
Fourth game, Fukuhara to serve. Love all.
So game 4, Ai Fukuhara in the red needs one more game to claim this Super Series title here at the Korean Open.
Love 1.
A little bit wayward on that first exchange. But this ball is travelling, and when you add to that the fact they're both playing very close to the end of the table, reaction and movement times here under severe pressure. And this is a good start from Ito, the first lead she's had in this final. Apart from the first point of the game. Oh, that's a good recovery from Fukuhara. Decent footwork to get in for the ball, but then to control this with enough backspin to make that kill difficult. Very good shot.
1, 3.
Excellent. Now the variation there was subtle. Just the width of Fukuhara's body going from the backhand to the forehand hip, and Fukuhara couldn't move in time. Chasing this fourth game now. Beautiful flick again. She's used it before. And if this game continues on, I dare say we'll see it again. It's worked well for that forehand flick. And Ito goes 4-1. Oh, superb.
2.
Deliberative injection of pace on that last backhand. Called Ito out. 2 serves to come though from Ito.
4, 3.
And this is the moment that she doesn't want the mistakes to creep back in. Desperately important that she keeps the ball on the table here, Ito. Keeps Fukuhara playing.
4, 3. All.
It's coming back to haunt her, I'm afraid, and the excellent start that she's made has gone. These shots now so automatic to these players after the thousands of hours of training that they put in that they are completely bemused when it misses.
4,
good work.
6.
This is really good work from Fukuhara, and from 4-1 down, she's completely changed how this is working.
4,
Hopefully the scoreboard will catch us up in a moment. Fukuhara storming away.
8.
Oh dear me. Well, this is just a huge run of errors combined with some good execution of shots by Fukuhara. And Ito on the verge of handing this title to Fukuhara.
9.
There we go.
4.
Scoreboard's up to date. Fukuhara leading 9-4. 5-point cushion, 3 games to 0 in the lead. This will surely be Fukuhara's title, and Ito, I think, has all but stopped playing here. Unbelievable. From 4-1 up to 10-4 down. 6 championship points, and not a massive celebration from Ai Fukuhara out of respect for Mima Ito. Mima Ito would have afforded her the same respect, but I'm sure once the formalities are over, then we will see a broad smile on the face of Ai Fukuhara. 11-6, 11-7, 12-10, 11-4. That is as straightforward as it comes at this level of table tennis, and everybody in shock here. Nobody expecting to see Fukuhara waltz through the match in that way. Mima Ito, apart from the back end of game 3 and the start of game 4, was not in it. And Fukuhara has claimed a Super Series event to add to her impressive CV. For Mima Ito, the realisation for the 14-year-old that sometimes you don't have it all your own way, and after what has been a superb season so far, I'm sure when she sits back and reflects on this tournament, a second place at a Super Series, a final appearance, another final appearance is always good. But she came for the victory, and she got absolutely nowhere near it. So Fukuhara, that'll give us some valuable points, $26,000 US in the bank, and the men's final to come after the break.